Hi, everybody. Matt here from Matt Likes Comics, and I am very happy to see you all today. And I'm also very happy to bring along as my guest Mr. Torrr, who has been a watcher of the channel almost since day one, and he's got himself an Instagram. But more importantly, the man is really cool, and I'm glad to have him right here tonight.
I try.
How are you, Lau?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty well. It's Tuesday. Had a nice long holiday weekend. Got to buy a lot more books. You can't go
Yeah,
wrong.
we did. Yeah,
Yes.
we're up to no good at the comics.
Yes, Lau happened to be at the same show that Alan and I went to this weekend. He was one of the couple of people that we ran into. Patel Phillip was the other one who comes onto the shows once in a while. And it was a great. In Lau's case, this is not the first time we've met. We've actually seen each other in person 4 or 5 times now.
Oh, yeah.
And this is his second appearance on my channel after the one video we did way back. Way back. So you come to us tonight with some various things. You've brought some books to show. And also, I would like to ask you about your Kickstarter that you've got going. I believe it's called Mesotopia.
That's right. I just happen to have a print proof I can show you.
Wonderful. Let's take you big, really briefly, so that you have the room to show.
Sure. Okay. So, this is my first time doing Kickstarter, so I figured I complete all the art first, and then I start my campaign. So I'm a little bit worried about things like the bleed of the page and the coloring and stuff. So I made myself a print proof of it that I can show. This is cover B.
That is really nice.
Yeah, this is a commissioned cover by Brian Moroglio. He's kind of popular, like around indie circles. He's done work for like Diamond, Tuxedo Tiger, and a lot of these other,
very cool. I don't think I know who Tuxedo Tiger is, but still,
it's just a it's a company that kind of do spicy.
Nice.
A lot of
I see in the chat already that K Munin likes what he's seeing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll give you an example of Tuxedo Tiger. This is another cover that he did. It's a Zatanna,
wow.
It's a Zatanna cosplay cover. Anyways,
very nice.
So this artist is quite popular. But the comic I'm doing, it's 36 pages.
Right.
It's sort of like, well, it's the same size of a comic, obviously, and there's like a cardstock sort of cover. I'm not sure about the pages. They're a little bit thick, so I'll probably like mess with that a bit for the final. But yeah, the colors turned out. What I did for the page, instead of bleeding out to the end, is I left the white. Kind of old school, but I just, it's my first comic, so I want to make sure I get it right.
Actually, personally, I like the white borders. It does feel old. It does feel nice, and it feels like a comic book. I think that's great.
Yeah, me too. I like the white borders.
Okay, well, before we get too much further, let's take a minute to say hi to everybody who's shown up tonight. Okay, AG, by the way, commented that he's backed your Kickstarter.
Nice, thank you very much.
Okay, so we've got K Munin, who came here first and was very happy to be here, obviously, a moment ago. And we've got the great and amazing Robbie Josephs. Hi, Robbie. We've got Second Floor Comics. K Munin, Lau's Kickstarter looks interesting. Can't wait to see. Told you people wanted to know. Told you. And let's see, we've got Condition Not Considered here. Hi, how are you?
Collection.
And AG is here.
AG.
And Rich is here. Hi, Big Nasty.
Big Nasty.
And Mike Dennis is here. Hi, Mike.
Mike.
Good to see you. And Rob Saint is here. Hi, Rob.
Rob.
And I think that's it for the moment.
All right.
No, Carrie's here. Hi, Carrie.
Gary.
All the way from Denmark.
All right.
And that's everybody.
That's all right.
So while we were talking about it and showing things, and it's obvious that the people out there are a little more interested in it. Your Kickstarter has been fully funded, so it is going to happen.
Yes, it's going to happen.
And sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it is definitely going to happen. I set the reserve very low to make sure it happens.
No, that's very cool though. So the next question becomes, when could people who have, like myself, who have subscribed to the Kickstarter, when do you think we might be able to start thinking about receiving the product?
Okay, so this is like all based on my own like
Mhm.
experience with other Kickstarters and asking other creators. So what happens is the Kickstarter ends, and then it takes 2 weeks for the Kickstarter money to end up in my
Mhm.
account. So in that 2 weeks, I can't really do much. And then I send out a survey, and a survey asks, "What is your address? What is your
Right.
email address?" to make sure that I have all the information available for when I do send it out. At that time, I contact the printing house. I've already been in contact with the printing house, so they know there's an order,
Oh,
and
that's good.
they do a lot of they they know comics. They're called
Mhm.
Webstring, and they're based out of the U.S.
Mhm.
So I make my print orders there, and then they fulfill.
Are
Now
they doing the shipping or are you doing the shipping?
they're doing
Okay.
so. They it's like a regular thing for them. They know what they're doing. Um, but even in a worst case scenario, um, in a worst case scenario, I can just drive down. It's in Detroit. I can take them,
Okay.
or they can ship them up to me, and then I could send them out.
Oh, very
From
cool. That's pretty good.
I don't want
That's
to do that. That would be cost a fortune. But if I have to do it,
right.
um,
So let's get into the nitty gritty.
oh,
What is the story?
I
Or
think
sorry.
Carrie asked a question
Yeah,
about
he was asking about can you get your comics in Europe?
you can either order like the digital PDF file, just read it online, or there's one there's one tier that I make available to Europe. The shipping is ridiculous, so I would recommend like ordering digital.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now just let's wet the whistle a little bit. What is the story behind Mesotopia? Like,
So yeah, so it takes place billions of years in the future, and basically it's after an extinction event, and the atmosphere comes back. You know, moss grows on rocks, everything comes back, and it's just the atmosphere is different. So you have humans living amongst prehistoric creatures, and the story begins with two warriors. They're sent on a journey to find out the whereabouts of their cave sisters. It's super happy. It's fun, and I'm not trying to you know uh, save the world with the story. I'm just campy fun and violence stuff. Um, it's pretty fun.
can you just come up a little closer again? You
Sure, yeah,
we're missing a couple words here.
sure.
Hi, Mark. So
I've heard.
is this going to be a one shot, or are you planning, if this goes well, of doing more than one?
I haven't really done a lot of thinking on that. I'm mostly if I could work out the logistics, everything goes smoothly with this Kickstarter, then I might consider another down the road.
Awesome. Now, Second Floor Comics wants to know how you came up with the story.
Okay, well, I'm a kind of a fan of movies like Dinosaur Island, like B movies. I like 1 Million BC with Raquel Welch and stuff like that. I like movies like that. Usually, what I do when I come up with a character and idea, is I think, what do I like to draw? So, so that's number one. And I think of number two. What else do I like to draw? And then I put them both together. So it's like I like drawing guns. I like drawing things. Put them together.
Very, very cool. How
Pretty
much?
simple.
Okay, you're the writer
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yeah,
How much of the art did you do?
all of it. All of the
All of it.
interiors. Yeah.
That's even better. So that's good to know because I have seen, for those that haven't seen samples of Lau's art, Lau is very good at the Good Girl stuff, and a lot of his stuff is on his Instagram page. Some of it is from here, some of it is just stuff that he's done, I believe, just for commissions and stuff. Lau
Yeah.
does, you do take commissions, and
All the time.
yeah,
I'm always busy.
and a bunch of other things. To be honest, Lau probably, I think Lau should take a table at one of these conventions because I think
Too
his
shy.
stuff is that good.
Too shy.
Too shy?
Yeah.
Well, if you had somebody at the front, like say an Alan or me, who might, be less shy, that
Yeah, I need a hype man. Like
a hype
flavor.
man. Well, we're gonna hype it up as much as we can here, but let's take a moment and move on to other stuff. I'm gonna
Sure.
make you big. Why don't you show us some of the stuff you brought for us tonight?
In terms of comics?
Comics and art.
Okay. Like pretty briefly, I'll show some art then before the comics.
Awesome.
I'm going to show you, because I found it. One of the first drawings I found. It was when I was probably about 9 or 10 years old. I was really into Alpha Flight, and I was into this weird Marvel character named Jack of Hearts, and I had this harebrained idea that the two of them would become kind of like a super team. There's Jack of
Very
Hearts.
cool. Jack of Hearts.
And
I recently read that miniseries again.
yeah. Oh, really? I got it in one of those 3 packs, and
Yeah,
I just liked the costume when I was a little kid. It was really colorful.
it is a cool costume, but the mini, and to be honest, the miniseries starts off well,
Yeah,
but it loses something by issue 2.
yeah. I remember. I just wanted to get all 4 issues, kind of thing. I just wanted to
Yeah.
complete a mini series, so I searched that out. I'll show you some. Here's some sequential work, some panels. It's appropriately censored.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Sorry, K Munin.
okay, so this one was a project that I started doing that I just stopped doing.
Very
The
nice.
character's kind of like Dexter kind of thing. Like she gets these visions of baddies doing evil things, and then she goes to get retribution. But yeah, that's one page.
Nice.
This is, you might have seen this one on Instagram.
I have seen that one on Instagram. It's one of my favorite ones, actually.
This one is just a commissioned work for a Kickstarter cover for somebody else. This one is a recent Kickstarter cover that I did. This one's kind of a little bit spicy, so I had to this there.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's for a Kickstarter called Surrender the Booty Part 2.
Surrender the booty. I love the double meaning on that.
Yeah. Yeah. That Kickstarter is just taking off crazy. For obvious reasons. Here is another sequential work I did for that same comic I showed you at the beginning. So like she's kind of definitely not. No. So just just the girl sort of fading out.
Yeah.
Um,
Is that an execution?
yeah, it's an execution. Yeah, see how they're like. I had to actually look up like how people get um the injection. Apparently, like they have to click these things and like
Yeah.
wires come in from like 3 sides, and like only one of them is poison. Anyways, I
Yes.
could be wrong, but I had to Google that.
That's because it's like the old thing where you got 2 or 3 people that do the click,
Yeah,
and the whole point is they don't know which one it is, so they don't feel like they're the ones killing it. That's why, like on a firing squad, there's one with blanks.
yeah,
So
yeah. That makes sense. Clears the conscience, I guess,
yeah,
or not. This is the cover A I did for Mesotopia.
nice. Now
This
that
one,
looks great.
this one, I borrowed kind of the pose from one of the Jungle comics, except I moved her knee up like this, so it takes up more of the
Yeah,
page.
I believe that's the cover I've ordered.
Yeah, there's cover A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a cover A kind of guy, like in any comic
Mhm.
like that. Um, so I'm just gonna show you kind of example process. Like sometimes I'll draw like just on like a piece of printer paper like this and create a character. So
Right.
like remember I said I like two things and I put them together. So
Mhm.
I like airline stewardesses and I like
Mm.
succubi. So I put them together and
Very
make one.
cool.
And then I take a picture of it and then I flip it around. And when you flip it around, you can see different mistakes. It's really weird. Something with the eyes, when you flip a drawing around, you can see the mistakes more clearly. And so I do that. Then I draw it and ink it on on
Oh, now
uh,
that is cool.
on the eye, right. Uh, this one kind of bugs me because that knee is a little bit too long. But anyways,
Ah, I didn't. I'll be honest. My eyes weren't drawn to that.
yeah. And a lot of people they talk about the bachelor pad, or at least Lyle has a couple of them. And so this
Nice.
one, now see, they're walking out of the seafood restaurant, and she's angry, and he's kind of like has his arms up, and the caption is, "Baby, wait! When I said the crabs will be on me tonight, I didn't mean literally." Huh?
That's awesome.
It took me a long time to come up with those gags too.
Right.
I'm not a very funny guy. I had to really use some extra brain cells. All right. Oh, and yeah, another drawing I just did like 20-minute sketch. I went like just for this show. My character Pi from Mesotopia here.
Nice.
All right, I could show some comics.
That would be awesome.
Sure. The first comic I have is an independent comic, and it comes from Alan's collection. This is a Neil Adams cover and it's called Venture. See that?
Very cool.
Yeah, it's from 1976. It's kind of an anthology, black and white.
Hmm.
Pretty cool. Really cool cover. Neil Adams cover.
Now, so it's not Neil Adams' company continuity, right? It's or that would
No,
be
no, with Magalith, no. No, this
yeah.
is this is totally separate. Um, yeah, that was cool to get that. I don't have any bangers, but I mean, I'll do my best.
This isn't a banger show. This is a whatever I have and what I love show.
Yeah,
Always.
no gun 12.
Hmm.
This one is I picked it up the other day at the comic show. The Jughead book. I don't have any Jughead books, but I really like the cover. This is Jughead number 63.
Yes, I remember when you bought that. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Jughead's having a nightmare. When will this awful nightmare end? Yeah, I find I think Jughead could probably do pretty well if he like just dropped the eating thing and he kind of paid a little more attention. I think he would have been as popular as Archie at least with the girls.
I think more so because it's a little more aloof.
Yes, there's like a certain mystique to Jughead, you know. Um, and yeah, aloof, that would be a good word because he's kind of there. He's friends with Archie, but it's like he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's very Sigma, as the kids or my kid would say.
Hi, Mark.
Here's another Archie series book. It's a dollar bin font called More Seymour, and the caption is 1, 2, 3, 4. Who are we for? Seymour, Seymour, and they're all plugging their noses. What do you think that means?
I have no idea. I don't think I've seen that before, but it sure looks like a Reggie, Archie, and a moose, eh? And a Dilton.
Yeah. But I mean the joke. Like, did he cut the cheese or something? Like, I'm not
That's
sure what the
possible.
joke.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah, but yeah, it was very short lived. I think it was a one shot. Didn't really go too far.
Hi, Nate. So there is a FOMO squad tonight. Okay,
Very cool.
judging by his comment.
This one, I know you've never shown. Alan's never shown. Probably nobody even knows about. It's by a company called Grandway Comics, and they're based out of Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. The two people that work on it, I used to work with as an animator. I used to be an animator out there for 6 or 7 years, and they made a comic company, and they were just obsessed with the Super Friends and He-Man and all the old stuff from the 70s and 80s. And so their whole shtick for their comics was to make books that are reminiscent of the 70s. Here's the first, called Space Cowboy and the Triumphant Tears.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of that, but boy, I like that cover.
It's beautifully drawn, and what happens is the two artists, they both pencil together. So one just does like a rough draft and the other one tightens the pencils. And then on top of that, they bring in an inker. So everything looks really finished.
Wow.
And what's really cool is they printed on newsprint to make it like more authentically 70s and 80s.
Oh yes, that's awesome.
And they made their own advertising for their
Even
own
better.
So
I'm thinking of doing a video actually on some of the advertisements that were in comic books. I personally love them.
Yeah, I love they did one. It's a take on like that Evil Knievel one, but anyways, I can't find it. But yeah, so that's one of them. Space Cowboy and the Triumphant Tears by Grandway Comics. Here's another one that they did that's kind of like a knockoff of Luke Cage. It's called Street Fighting Man.
Nice.
The artwork is so good. It's just even the coloring is very reminiscent of that time, right?
Yeah, I like the panel there. If you go back to the one panel that's one color,
yeah,
with the different background cover, that's the type of style that hasn't been done in a long time.
Oh no, and you can see like the face here is very, very Romita Senior kind of Buscema.
Very chiseled and looks a lot like Power Man did or Black Lightning.
Oh yeah, it's a complete knockoff, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
But not only could they draw like that though, they can also draw like Alex Toth. They did one more. It's called Grand Adventure, and they kind of do an Alex Toth sort of style to the art.
Oh, that's very cool.
Laser Boy and Wild Girl. And the way they wrote the stories was they had like 8-year-olds in mind. It wasn't there's nothing tricky about the stories. They're very simple. So yeah, that one's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I'm going all over the place. But, here's an old magazine that I sometimes collect the kind of spicy magazines. This Torrr magazine, the harem thing. This magazine is very political. There's a section on freak shows from the 1950s,
Right.
and like pickup lines for women and stuff. It's something else. It's really silly, and this is what it's like to have your own harem.
Well, Superman could sure use that, if he's going to make this.
Yeah, that's true. That's Superman's dad. Yeah, and here's an old Felix the Cat.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, this is they were Harvey, Toby, and Sullivan. This is when they were with Toby, 1952. I really like these Felix the Cats. The ones that came out in the 60s with, Felix's nephews, like Inky and Dinky, those ones aren't so good. I like kind of solo Felix. This is also, if you're like, you want to collect Golden Age, Felix is a good one. It's cheap and
yeah, he's been around a long time, like the 30s, right? Or was he even earlier than that?
The 20s.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he was originally with Fleischer Studios. So Fleischer that did they did Superman, they did Betty Boop, Popeye. And because you like DC, I had to throw in a couple of DC. So I got these two. This is kind of a story arc of Lois Lane. This is when Lois is on trial for killing Lena. And
yes, I remember the she allegedly killed Lana. It was a great storyline.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
When she hired Batman or whatever to try and prove her innocent, and he's upset because he can't.
yeah, there he is. He's all flustered about it. Yeah. I mean, we were talking the other day about like the imaginary stories versus the canon stories in DC at this time, and how it was kind of hard to differentiate.
Yes.
I guess because some of the canon stories are just as wild as imaginary.
I know. Sometimes it's weird to think, wow, that was actually canon, because they get referenced later, and it's all pretty cool. I mean, I loved the only part I loved about the Superman Red and Superman Blue in the 1990s was the fact that they brought back Superman Red and Superman Blue, the concept, but I didn't like the electrical powers and stuff like that at all.
The electrical powers were really... I think I had the first appearance of the electrical power. It appeared in this issue of Wizard.
Right.
Like, see Superman's new costume.
Yeah, and I do remember they were doing it as a promotional thing.
Yeah, I try to forget that era. Superman, the amalgam era and all that stuff.
Yes.
Here's another
Oh, now that's cool.
Yeah,
Jackson, everything.
Yeah, this is drawn by J.S. Pike, who did the Dolphin cover.
The Dolphin cover certainly is one that's very memorable.
Yeah, and that's kind of my grade. I really, but I'm not going to pay $300. But yeah, this one, the stories are really lame, but the art's really good. What I like about romance books is not only do they draw the expressions really well, they draw the fashions, they draw the backgrounds. You have to know how to draw really well, and you need to draw everything with these romance books.
Yeah. I personally am a big fan of 1960s fashion, the mods and the stuff. I wish that stuff would make a comeback, but
Oh yeah. Yeah. I grew up in the grunge era.
Yeah, I know. Once the grunge hit, we no longer got the 1980s metal painted on jeans. It was a different story.
Oh, those were great.
Those were absolutely fun.
I'll show another DC. This from Beyond the Unknown.
All
I
right,
believe,
gorilla cover.
yeah, the gorilla cover where he's like holding up the librarian and like stealing the books because he's going to take over the world. I don't know, getting smarter. It's super cheesy. You know,
Gorillas are just hilarious.
when I see a gorilla on a cover, you can't resist.
I always think of Carmen Infantino because he was responsible for drawing a lot of those.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just for the Flash with Gorilla Grodd. He drew a lot of them.
Did he draw Bruna?
No, that one wasn't him.
Kurt Swan, probably.
Yes, Titano was Kurt Swan as well.
Okay. Here's one last DC. This is Heartthrob. I just think that this is such a cool composition, and the colors.
Yes, that's that. You know what I mean? That's that color look. I like the grayscale or the blue like that. That shows the.
It's kind of like a misty kind of look to it, and I just kind of see this. As memories of my youth. Okay, maybe not. I just love these kinds of compositions. They really tell a story. Okay, how about this one?
The Flying
Nurses. The Flying Nurses. There are 3 issues of this. This is a Dick Giordano cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was inking.
Back in the days when Giordano was at Charlton and he did everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was all over the place.
I just can't believe that well, I mean, I can, knowing how cheap Charlton was.
Yeah.
But for all the stuff he did, and all he made was $4,500 a year. I
really?
mean, in the 1960s. I mean, so that was a semi decent wage, but considering the amount of work he did, he should have been paid a lot more.
Yeah, he was. I don't know if he's considered a legend now or then, but definitely now.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, can I show my Millies?
Of course you can.
Oh yeah. Hey, this is a date with Millie. Here. This was a mini series. The first mini series was drawn by DeCarlo. DeCarlo is one of my favorite artists. Why is he one of my favorite artists? Because he is so consistent. Not only can he draw the lines really well, is that he never overworks or underworks the panel. It's so consistent.
Yes.
It's like animation.
He was really good.
Yeah, like and just the line weights here is just perfect. Also, the comic itself is pretty funny. It's written by Stan Lee, and I know you mentioned Stan Lee is a hack writer.
Yes,
I like hack writers. I am a hack writer. So, it's fun.
When I said hack writer, though, in the sense, I just want to clear up. By hack writer, I just meant he was simplistic and let's get it out, compared to guys like Gardner Fox who would be spending time researching every little detail of a story. That's what I meant, more of a hack it out like the.
Well, with these, if you read them, you're almost hearing Stan Lee's voice.
I do have a couple of Millie the models, so they are pretty good.
Yeah. Here's one. Free code, not issue 55. The Mylar is a little too shiny, but so I'll go to the next one. Here's number 56. This one is great. I just like this. He's like, wow, what a dish. And then his wife is saying, glad you're enjoying your food, Herman.
Because she's not looking up. Very cool.
Yeah. Number 77. number 80.
Very cool.
Like this one. This is 81. Have you any identification? And then she's surrounded by.
He's surrounded by pictures of her. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be funny, pointing to the,
Oh yeah. And these are all the Dan DeCarlo.
Yeah.
His run lasted about 10 years, and he just. I think he peaked.
That guy was prolific. I mean, the amount of Archie he did, and then to do other stuff as well.
Yeah, that's terrific. I think we talked about this one.
Yes.
This one. So, of course, the boyfriend, who's also the photographer, Flickr.
Yes, I think Alan was showing that one, wasn't he?
I remember Steppo showed it, and I was really
Steppo, and I might be confused.
I was really jealous of the gray. Mine is well.
Yes, it was Steven that showed it then, because you made the comment in the chat about the grade. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And this.
Alan is less picky about grade than Steven. So
for me, it has to be a full comic. Has to have the cover. If the staples are, if the cover's off, it bugs me, but I'll deal with it. It's not a deal breaker for me.
Well, as you saw on the weekend, Rust is a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, the rusty staples. You know what really bugs me about Millie though is like you've got, not only do you have the paper dolls that you have to watch out for that they're not clipped out, but they also have coloring pages, and I swear like half of them are always covered in like crayons. You want to go back in time and wring the kid's neck. Leave my Millies alone. But yeah,
they didn't know any better.
Yeah, I know. And this was the last Dan DeCarlo cover, or maybe it was the second.
What a beaut! That is a beaut.
I love this one.
I love the way that the fur is drawn on it. That's amazing.
And and the fashion in these books is phenomenal.
Does she have a cigarette holder?
Yes, this is she's doing a cigarette advertisement, but she doesn't smoke. That's the joke.
So that's obviously before 1970 then.
Oh, all of these are like before 1960.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. These are very early code. That's why the
it's so big. Okay.
Big. But
with the way you held it up, I didn't see the code symbol. That's why.
Yeah. After this issue, Stan Goldberg was probably more prolific than even Dan DeCarlo was. He basically, aside from about 10 issues, he completed the run all the way to the 70s.
Oh, so, very cool.
Dan DeCarlo.
I mean, he didn't do Good Girl, but Dick Dillon basically did the entire run of Justice League from about issue 10-12 to 200. It was a long run. So
yeah, I don't know how artists do that.
Well, I mean, you get into a groove. I would imagine if you were to draw Superman every day for a year, you'd get really good at doing it quick.
Yeah, you find shortcuts in that, but definitely. Let's see if I got anything. I picked this one up the other day too. This is I haven't looked at it yet. Melody. The true story of a nude dancer.
Did you get that off of Harry's box or off of the head shop guy?
The Crosstown Traffic.
Yeah, okay, Crosstown Traffic. Yes, Mike. Okay. I blanked on the name again. I shouldn't, because that guy was in business for almost 25 years.
Yeah, I only entered the shop a couple of times because the pot smell was it was unbearable.
Well, I went to the guy. He had three locations over the course of his business, of which 2 were in Westboro, and that's where I discovered him because I live near Westboro. And then he moved to his current shop, like the last shop on Bank Street.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, which is still a marijuana dispensary, by the way.
Not surprised. Not surprised.
Right next to the music store.
I'll do one more. This is Henry Aldrich. This is also pre-code.
Very cool.
Yeah, he's kind of like an Archie ripoff. Not quite as good, but pretty fun. Pretty basic. It's a Dell comic.
Dell is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome books, Lau.
Thank you. Pretty, no bangers there.
No, but you know what? There's a lot of our fans on this channel like that kind of art. I like it myself, and it's not a big deal if, like, as I've said, a lot of people, it's cool to see these Millie books because most of those, other than maybe Steven or Alan, I have not seen them with anybody else. And it's
they're hard to get up here. Like maybe at New York Comic Con you can find them. Not around.
Exactly. So just before we wrap up here, what's the final date that your Kickstarter closes?
I think about 6 days.
Yeah. 6 days, so that'd be about the 20th or so.
Yeah.
So you guys out there, you kids out there, and those who watch the rewind, you've got a few days left to go. Check it out. The link is in the description of this video. I've already put it there, so for once I'm on the ball. And so check it out if you got some time. You will have you will enjoy it. I've seen the preview; it's good. I've seen the stuff Lau puts on Instagram, also really good. And we've seen what Lau has done tonight. Lau, you are an absolute awesome collector. You are an absolute awesome artist. And you are a great conversationalist as well when it comes to comic books.
Oh yeah, I could shop it.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, we've already had the pleasure of shopping together at a few cons, as I've said.
Yeah.
And everybody out there, just check it out. Just a couple of before we go, a couple of housekeepings. I've hit 700 subs, so we've got 100 to go for the next giveaway as of the recording of this. And so 100 to go. Hopefully that will be soonish because I've got everything ready. And the post is up.
I thought it was 700.
No, I'm doing 800 was the giveaway.
Okay.
So, but I have everything ready to go, and Canada Post is back, so we're ready to rock on. And again, thanks to the members. Thanks to everybody who took the time to vote. The voting is now closed for the comic book awards. God, I can never remember. Collectors. Is it collectors? I can never remember.
I always say CBC, but then I think.
I always say CBCA because CBC confuses me as a Canadian. But anyway, thanks to everybody who took the time to vote, whether you voted for me or not. As long as you voted, that is great, and it was good to have everybody.
Can I just say one thing?
Of course.
I just like to thank you, and pretty much like not just you and Alan, but the whole kind of like little community that orbits around. Alan, you guys, like, I have nobody to talk comics with. And so this is sort of like a god that I meet all these people, and whether they're in person or online, is a really good community. And thanks for your show.
No, thank you very much. I really appreciated you coming on tonight. Next week, everybody, I have from merry old England, I've got Deadman Terry joining us at this time next week. So I'm hoping that everybody who's will take some time to check that out. Terry's going to be staying up very late for us, so I really, because
Oh,
we're doing
imagine.
this live.
It's like Denmark.
No, he's in Britain. He's
Okay.
he's in London, I believe. So thank you all for coming. My name's Matt. I like comics, and I hope you do too. Bye, everybody.